Okay.
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 Does the news today make you wanna hurl? And when you flush up poop, do you watch it swirl? It should be easier than trying to spell squirrel. It's Cory and Nina against the world.
Hi everybody, you're watching Cory and Nina Against the World. We just finished watching the ANTM Netflix documentary.
We did it. We got through it.
We got her done, so we have a lot to unpack together. I first want to talk about Ebony. I want to talk about Ebony just because of her grace and her poise, and I had no idea the pressures that she was under, being kind of forced into the role of representative, carrying all of that on her back, and that wasn't really her intention going into it. I really resonated with and related to, so I got kind of choked up and emotional watching that.
Straight away.
Also, she looks incredible.
She looks incredible.
Just as gorgeous as she looked when she first did the show, however many years ago. I just didn't realize how closely I would feel to the earlier contestants.
I know, I felt for every single one of those girls because I'm such like an empath. I'm like, oh, I remember this story. This one's gonna hurt.
I was emotional. I haven't cried watching a television program in a long time.
Yeah, me either. Oh.
We cried together. Nina and I were like holding hands, and my husband was watching with us too, and he was crying. We were all crying. It like started off with a lot of like positive exposition about Tyra's intentions and really everybody's intentions.
And it was romanticizing top model from the beginning, and I was like, wow, see, this is the top model that I like remember wanting to watch. And now, having experienced it, it's like obviously a completely different beast.
Ebony, I see you. You're an incredible force. Your ability to like sit in front of those cameras all these years later and just have so much dignity about yourself and tell it like it is was just inspiring. Like I got inspired watching that. You won in the end. And I think that's true for all of the girls who sat in front of those cameras and shared their stories so candidly, so openly.
So pretty.
Yeah.
I want to hug you so bad.
That's how I felt. Janice Dickinson. Woof. It made me really interested to see what she's going to say on the documentary that she's about to release with Lisa D'Amato and others in March. Her portrayal in this documentary is actually, it's how she was. Like, she was cutthroat. She was mean.
This was one of the first times we got to hear Ken Mock say, like, I loved her though because she was such great television and that she was a wild card. It just goes to show, and it was just all about building this really intense reality show that we were all obsessed with watching because we were like, oh my god, how can a woman be so extravagant on national television? Like, this scandal.
Yeah.
God.
There was this Janice Dickinson character who was like the Simon Cowell on the judges panel.
I mean, that was the Kelly Catrone for us. Yeah. From the first season, the recipe for 24 cycles was exactly the same. This crazy idea was just like the perfect formula to creating this like reality TV monster, like from Tyra mail, from getting makeovers. But then it became gimmicky, and it's just like this this nest egg that just got really gross.
Human beings are not monolithic. We call this a reality TV show, but when you do that to these girls, and I'm talking about Ebony, and I'm talking about what Shandy experienced and how she was portrayed, it just became their whole identity. That when I can relate to that, like so hardcore. You talk a lot about being the girl who cried, like that being your only personality.
Everything up their storyline.
Yeah, but you're actually multidimensional and you have so much else going on in your personality, and so do I. That's what all of these girls represent, I think, in this documentary, is that they are so much more. And I think they just all held themselves with so much grace.
A lot of them were trying to say what I was saying in our last episode, which was it was their ticket to a career and safety. That's the biggest thing. They thought that they were going to be safe and that Tyra had their backs, and then that just wasn't the case, and that their dreams were crushed in front of their eyes. Oof.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. It's really hard. We're all trying our best to make our way, and we all want that golden ticket in life, like you talked about. I'm so happy that I sat down and watched this. I'm actually like hearing these people share their stories just as human beings and not reading just like Twitter posts or like reading an Instagram caption about how they feel. Something different happens when you see the human being. Oh, we're so complex as human beings. We've got so much going on, and I think America's Next Top Model failed in trying to like compartmentalize people into just like one-note experiences.
Not everybody's so lucky, right? Not everybody's gonna be America's Next Top Model. You can't just be on the show and have fame and riches and whatever.
No.
totally get it. But I think with a show like America's Next Top Model, you are spoken to like you were plucked from like the middle of the earth and found, and so and people are like, we see you, and he's like, oh, you see me, I'm taken
special.
care of, and I'm safe, and somebody's got me to be taken through.
You keep saying the word like safe, like safety.
Yeah, I know.
That's like,
it's true.
I feel that. It's like we all just want to feel safe. Like we want to feel like people will say like, oh, I just want to feel like I made it, but I think that's just a way of saying like I just want to feel safe. Like I just want to survive.
Yeah.
Surviving is making it. Like in my view.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the? Okay.
Okay.
We're so far into the documentary and it doesn't really seem like Tyra has like a full understanding of the emotional trauma these girls actually went through, especially when Shandy gets brought up and Tyra gets directly asked about Shandy. And her response is, that's not really my department.
And she's the executive producer. How is it not her department?
I love Tyra Banks. Like, I've not had a negative experience with her.
We can talk about it.
That bit just makes me hope that she takes the initiative to reach out or rectify that in some way, shape, or form, because I know if it were me, that wouldn't sit well in my soul.
You can see the wheels turn when the producer asks her, do you remember what happened with Shandy? The producer's trying to get it out of Tyra, and she's thinking, but she's giving her PR response, which disappointed me, I will say.
And then the Shandy story in and of itself just pulled at my heartstrings so much, because you have this girl who is grinding, she's working at a Walgreens, and even after her experience with America's Next Top Model, we find out at the end of her story that she had to go back to work at that Walgreens, and I didn't think I was going to relate with these girls so much. After my experience with America's Next Top Model, yes, I did go to New York and then I went to London and I tried for modeling contracts, but I didn't get signed right away, and I went to a bar and I had to work as a bartender. And Nina visited me at this bar quite a lot, actually. And all of my clients were like recognizing me. Like they would order their drink and be like, hey.
Aren't you the guy from America's Next Top Model?
And like, the scene where you see the woman at the checkout counter being like, wait.
Weren't you on that modeling show?
And she's just smiling like, yes. So you're like an ambassador for this Willy Wonka experience, but
100%.
you're still working your mundane 9 to 5, grinding. So it's like, how much did you really benefit from it? You get recognized, and then you're just kind of like, I don't want to say embarrassing, but like when you're put in the public eye like that, people have expectations and they are just thinking about, and then they go and tell their whole family, guess who I ran into at the grocery store? Guess who I saw? It's that girl from America's Next Top Model. It must not have turned out well for her.
It's disappointing, and it's like this split in the American dream where they're like, oh, and that's sad, that's not real, and I'm sad now because that dream doesn't exist. It's like all very dystopian and horrific.
Real. Our episodes are normally light, fun, and fluffy, so we gotta find a way to turn it around, baby. We gotta find the jokes.
This is like one giant part.
I know. It's a giant. Danielle is beautiful.
Danny. I remember Danny refusing to close her gap the first time.
Yes.
And in my brain, she didn't go back and have it closed.
No.
Oh, that really hurt my heart so bad that there was an ultimatum.
Do you know what hurt my heart? Her having to live in the halfway house that is the modeling house in New York.
Yeah.
Sit on an agency board and not get any support. So not only is she not getting support from America's Next Top Model and Tyra Banks herself, as we found out, but she's not getting support from her agency. Why? Because she was affiliated with America's Next Top Model.
We have to treat her different.
What did I tell you? I didn't think that this show would ever give me success in the fashion industry because a model's job is to model clothing. The star of the show is the clothing. So anything that distracts from the designer's vision and the designer's product is not the intention. So if you're a superstar from America's Next Top Model, the attention is on you when you're modeling a designer's clothes, not the clothes.
Yeah, no, of course. I think that that's why the prize packages changed over the years. All of a sudden it became you're a cover girl because you're a recognizable brand and a face.
Even the most like prolific models in the world though, like past a certain height of fame, you become a brand ambassador, not a model. Top Model like puts you in like this middle ground where you're like, you're famous.
One thing that they really got on about is of the time. It was of the time, and we didn't know any better, and all we can do is grow and change. It is such a, again, PR response. I feel like we want to get a little deeper. We want to go deeper than that.
I kind of get that. Because I watched that, and I know I don't expect myself to have the moral clarity as like a 15-year-old watching America's Next Model to know, like, oh yeah, race swapping maybe isn't the best idea. But here I am, I'm a biracial kid, right? And I'm watching this thinking, oh my gosh, maybe finally people are gonna see past race because of what Tyra Banks is doing.
Yeah.
It is obviously way more multi-layered, it's way more complex. You can't wear somebody's lived experience just by putting blackface on. Like, it's messed up. However, I do think that it was kind of the time. We weren't talking as candidly as we are now about what is okay and what isn't okay.
We were not
holding people
accountable, period.
Yeah. The standard for skinniness, the standard for like a body that could work in the fashion industry was insane. Totally unrealistic. And way more severe than it was for us on our cycle.
On our cycle, I was never weighed or told to lose weight once.
I wasn't either.
I have only ever experienced the treachery of the skinny epidemic after Top Model.
Okay, we gotta talk about Miss J. I haven't cried so hard in a really, really long time, and what got me was the room that she was in for the weeks that she was in, just cut off from the world and not being able to walk and not being able to speak. This is somebody who's so full of life energy and so encouraging, for real.
Yeah.
I've watched runway shows that Miss J was at, and afterwards she would always make a point to go backstage, find me, hold my hands, and just give me words of encouragement and just galvanize me. I remember doing Cycle 21 in like the guest host spot and watching the Cycle 21 models come out for the first time, and I was seated next to Miss J after I got to announce Miss J's return to the series. Literally,
that's so cool.
I will carry that with me like for the rest of my life, but I grabbed her hand and I was sitting next to her and I just whispered, I just want you to know how much you've meant to me in my life. You just are representative of all of the fearlessness and just unabashed feminine self-expression.
Such an inspiration.
Just freedom and
Yay!
I love Miss J so much.
Yeah.
I never got to meet Miss J in that capacity.
That's screwed up.
I know.
Mr. J, I think, talked more than anybody else in the documentary.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, in the Instagram post, he was
curious
talking
about reading his novel.
Let's read the book.
Let's read the book.
We'll do an episode about the book.
Yeah.
No, Mr. J is cool. I've met him once in person.
I think it was more so of maybe like a high for me.
No,
but
that's it. Like,
yeah.
I went up to him and I was like, I know who you are. Do you know who I am? And he was like, yes, I know who you are. But I don't know if he likes me, because that's all he said. Was yes, I know who you are. I was just like, okay, well, have a great night, Ellie.
No. I have a different affinity and love for all the judges that were on our season, sort of. Not to name names.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno. But
You were shoved in your hotel room when you were eliminated. Sequestered to your hotel room, and you didn't get a goodbye from any judges, or you were just stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly Catrone came and found me. And she said, not winning the show is going to be the best thing that happens for your career. And I will never forget that. And I really appreciate her. Love her.
That little show of humanity goes such a long way.
It really does. And I think that is what everybody's trying to say. All these contestants are just like a little bit of humility.
Humanity, and that's what this documentary is evident of. I don't think this documentary would have turned out the way that it did had Tyra made an effort to kind of like maintain a little bit more of a personal relationship with a lot of the contestants. And it pains me to say that. I don't consider myself one of the ones who has like a negative outlook on Tyra Banks. Like, I still believe in her, and I think that at heart she has the best intentions. I really do. Like, I don't think she's like a bad person.
we were all rooting for you.
When it comes to Tyra, I just want a little bit more accountability.
Fair. What I found so shady was how they went and promoted Whitney's ice cream brand.
Oh my god!
But nobody talked about some ice cream!
No, they did. They did.
Did they? I didn't see Santa Smize.
They did not do Santa Smize.
I could have used some Santa Smize. That's my one.
Could have used some Santa Smize.
She wants accountability. I want Santa Smize. That's our show, everybody.
We did it.
We love y'all so much. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Sound off in the comments. Do you agree with our take on the ANTM Netflix documentary? If you don't, that's cool.
We all have our own truths.
And we need to honor our truth.
Honor your truth.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Does the news today make you wanna hurl? And when you flush up poop,